fraction is. Right from primary school, we've been taught on fraction. Who can tell me what is a fraction? Unmute your mic and let's hear. Ishaba, yeah, Ishaya Gaba, what is a fraction? Deborah, when I call your name, please unmute your mic. Deborah, what is a fraction?
So what did you say?
What is a fraction, Deborah? Okay, Miguel. Miguel, what is a fraction?
A fraction
Mm-hmm.
is a number that represents part of the whole.
Thank you. Thank you. A fraction represents part of a whole. Okay. Deborah.
So
Okay, Malik. Malik, give me an example of a fraction. Malik, give me an example of a fraction. Okay, this Miguel told us that a fraction is a number that represents part of a
Fraction comprises of numerator and denominator.
that is from who is telling me that? Is that Malik? Who said that one, Malik?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Before I take that one, I want to get examples of a fraction. I want to get example of a fraction. So Deborah, okay, Malik,
proper or improper fraction.
give me anyone first. Give me proper. Give me proper example. Or
2 over
anyone.
3.
Okay, anyone. Have it as 2/3. Okay. Then Malik, give me no Ishaya, give me another example of a fraction. Malik, example of a fraction. No, Gaba, you're not active in class. I don't know what's happening. Give me an example of a fraction. Gaba. When you hear your name, please unmute
An
your mic.
example of a fraction is 5/2.
5/2. Okay. All right. Then types of fraction. These are examples. Let us take types of fraction.
Improper and
Okay. Types of fraction. Who is
improper.
who is telling us the first type of fraction is called what? The first type of fraction is called what, guys?
Fraction.
Jss2. Yeah, no more in Jss1. Even Jss1 will be very fast in answering. So answer as senior students now. Types of fraction. The first one is called what?
Mixed
Proper
fraction.
fraction.
No, I mean the first one. First one, let's have the order. First is what?
Proper
Improper.
fraction.
Thank you. Proper fraction.
Fraction.
Yes, second is what?
Improper
Improper.
fraction.
Beautiful.
Improper fraction.
Beautiful.
And then the next one is mixed fraction.
Mixed fraction.
Good.
Mixed
This is now JSS2 class.
That's in the mix.
Okay. And then we have mixed fraction. All right. When I call your name, you give me an example of a particular fraction. Malik, give me an example of this proper fraction.
Sir, 2/3.
Thank you. Why is it
Yes, sir.
Okay, 2/3.
because because if it is 3/2, it
Mm.
is an improper fraction because the lower one, I mean the lower one is carrying the bigger one.
What is this
Smaller one is
lower
carrying
one
the bigger
called?
one.
This one here is called what? This upper number here is called what?
Numerator, numerator,
Numerator. This down one is called what?
denominator.
Denominator.
Okay, we
Denominator.
don't answer the
So,
question.
okay. So now, Deborah. Deborah, tell me
Sorry.
what. Give me an example of an improper fraction.
Ow!
Give me an example of an improper fraction, Deborah.
1/4.
Hmm?
1/4. 1/4.
When you say something with confidence. When you say something without confidence, it means you are not sure and you are not correct. So come again. Example of an improper fraction is what?
7/4.
Why is it improper?
Because 4 is smaller than 7 and 4.
Call the
And for
name of these four.
example,
Call the name of these four. What's this four called? What's this seven called?
denominator.
Yes, use their names. So why is 7/4 an improper fraction?
Because the denominator is smaller than the numerator.
Is smaller than
Numerator.
the numerator. Okay, fine. 7/4 is an example. Mute your mic, mute your mic. Don't say some things that is not called for. 7/4. And then mixed fraction. This other person, Shaba, Gaba, give me example of a mixed fraction.
An example of a mixed fraction is
Hmm.
4/1/2.
For number 1/4 what?
Over 2.
Over 3. Okay. So I have a question for everybody now. I have option A and I have option B. So option A, I have 4 whole number 3/2, and also I have 7 whole number 1/2.
This one is example.
Then how many from these two? Which of them are all of them mixed number?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are all of them mixed number?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
If you look at it, one of them is a wrong, one of them is wrong. Which one is wrong? Because okay, hold on. Mixed number. Let's have something. Mixed fraction. Mixed fraction is a combination of a whole number, a whole number, and a type of fraction. There's a type of fraction that comes together with a whole number. What kind of fraction comes together with a whole number?
Mixed fraction.
No, we are talking about the mixed fraction. And we said that mixed fraction is a combination of a whole number and a type of fraction. And the type of fraction there
Fraction
is a proper fraction. Proper fraction.
is
Whole
a
number.
proper fraction.
Yes, whole number and proper fraction. So look at this option A and
Well,
option B.
yes, sir.
Look at option A and option B. Which one is really, really correct?
B.
Why do you say B is correct?
B is correct because of it does the whole number and the proper fraction together.
Thank you. It does a whole number and a proper fraction together. So that's one thing that needs to come into your into your mind anytime we are talking about a mixed number or a mixed fraction. It should be a fraction that has a whole number and a proper fraction. Now, still revising what we learned in Jss1 and even primary 6, there is always conversion, can change from, you always have conversion of improper fraction to mixed fraction. Mixed fraction. Okay, so we can be given examples, and we are asked to convert this improper fraction, and that is 17. Convert an improper fraction like 17 over 3, and we are asked to convert it to a mixed fraction or mixed number. Okay, is there anyone that could do that and give us the answer?
Sir, what's the number? Your screen is blurry.
Okay, that's network that's making it to be blurry. 17 over 3 to a mixed fraction.
So the answer is
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sir, my answer is 5 for number
five
2
whole
over
number
3.
6. So my answer is 5 whole number 6/3.
Okay, 5 whole number. Who is, call your name? Your name, is it Malik? Who is giving me an answer? Your name? Who is giving me an answer? Who is giving me an answer?
So
Yep.
I
And that is it Deborah?
Sir?
Okay. Miguel, give me your answer.
5 whole number 6/3.
6
My
oh.
answer is 5 for number 2 over 3.
Okay, let's do it together. Now, when we're changing from improper number to mixed number, we just call this, let's take the solution of this, take the solution of that, and that is given 17 over 3. Changing it to mixed number, what you have to do in your rough book, just go to your rough book and then divide 17 over 3 in your rough book. Just say 3 cancel itself 1 into 17 is 5 times remainder 3. Now, this is where the magic happens. This 5 here will be your whole number. And the remainder 3 that we have here, this remainder 3 will become your numerator, and that becomes 3 all over 3 all over, no, it's remainder 2. This is remainder 2. Yes, so it becomes remainder 2. Here becomes 2 all over 3. If you multiply it, 3 times 5 is 15. 15 plus 2 will give you 17. Okay, so I believe
Yes.
Now, can you convert? Can you convert this? Can we now convert from? Okay, do this for me. Do this for me first. Let's have example two. Example two. Convert this for me, and that will be one. Hey, I don't need distraction, please. Off your mic. 124. 124 divided by 124 divided by. Hey, Malik, mute your mic. 124 divided by 6. Okay, solve this for me, guys. Let's have here 123. 123 divided by 6. Solve that, solve that, solve that.
So my answer is 20 whole number 5/6.
Come again. Come again. Someone say 20 whole number. 20 whole number. 1 all over 6. Okay. 20 whole number. 1 all over 6. Is that someone's answer? Is that someone's answer? Okay, let's take the solution.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's take solution. And the simplest way for us to solve that will be for us to will just be for us to use short division method first to divide. And when we use short division method to divide, this is what we're going to have. So we have 1, 2, 3 all over 6. You can just use 6 itself directly. 6 cancel itself. Okay, let's use 6 will go into this one. It's not possible. Everything here, 6 will come into 12. That will be 2 times. That will be 2 times. Then it's just going to be direct. Let's just use direct. And that, okay, 2 will come into 12 is 2 times. We cannot say remainder 3. Before we now move to 3, we need to add, it's remainder 3. Everything here will be 20 remainder 3. Because 2 cannot come into this 3. Since 6 cannot come into this 3. Since 6 cannot come into this 3, we use 0 remainder 3. If you multiply 6 times 20, it will give us 120. I repeat that place again. We're using 6 to divide directly. So what we are saying is 6 cancels itself one time. 6 comes
Sir.
into, yes. Yes, I'm hearing. Who is saying something? All right, guys. So I think that was network. That was network, and we are back. Can you hear me? Can everyone hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I was we were here 123 divided by 6 first. Just say 6 cancel itself 1, and 6 comes into this 12 is 2 times, and 3 is left. And for us to say remainder 3, before we say remainder 3, we need to introduce 0. And since 6, let's do that place again, because I want all of you to understand this division here. Let's do it again. Some persons don't get it. Okay. We're dividing this one, changing it to mixed, and we're dividing it with 123 all over 6. Pen is freezing. Okay, all over 6. We just say 6 cancel itself 1 time. Come into this 12 is 2 times. Come into this 3, how many times? 0 times. And since we're looking for 3, 0 times remainder 3. That's how we have it. 6 cannot go into 3, so it's 0 times. But since we're looking for that 3, remainder 3. Now, the 20 here will become our whole number. The 3 will become our numerator, and then 6 remains. And then that is the answer. All right. So let us now look at fractions and percentages. Let us look at something on fraction and percentages, and we take some examples on that. I'll say fractions and percentages. Okay, a fraction can be converted to decimal, can convert a fraction to a decimal, and then let's take example, let's take example. Example is, the question is change change 3 over 8 into a decimal, not just a decimal and a percentage. Change 3 over 8 into a decimal and a percentage. So there are 2 things that we need to do there. All right. So first, changing to decimal. While changing to decimal, let's have it first. Solution. Let's have this as solution. And you want to do the first one, that is changing to the first one, changing to decimal. Okay. By changing 3 over 8 to decimal, what we simply need to do will be for us to use the long division method. 3 over 8, we change the decimal using the long division method, and as the first step, and that will simply mean, okay, let me put it in brackets. 3 over 4, changing 3 over 4 to decimal, change 3 over 4. Let's have it step 1. Okay, let's just put it in hint. Let me put it as a hint that you should use the long division method. Use the long division method, and this is what it means. Now, long division method, we just introduce this, and 3 and 8. One of them is the divisor, one is the dividend. Numerator is always the dividend, and numerator will be inside. Numerator will be inside. The denominator is a divisor, it will be outside. So we now say 8 goes into 3, and that's not possible. So we are going to write 0 here and fix a point. When we fix that point, we are going to add 0 to this 3, and it becomes 30. We now say 8 goes into this 30. How many times? 8 goes into 30, that will be 3 times. And 3 times 8 will give us 24. We subtract. When we subtract this, 30 minus 24 is 6. We are going to add 0 to this 6. We've added 0 points, so we can keep adding. We don't need to write 0 and point again. No. Now say 8 comes into 60. 8 comes into 60. That will be how many times? 8 into 6 is 48. 8 into 7 is 56. So that will be 7 times. You write the 7 up here. Now 7 times 8 is 56. We subtract. 60 minus 56, that will be 4. We add 0 to 4, it becomes 40. Now 8 comes into this 40, how many times? It's 5 times. 5 times this 8 will give us 40. And 40 minus 40 is 0. And then this top here is going to be our answer. What we have on top here is going to be our answer. And we can now write it out that 8, can now write it out as 3/4 as a decimal is going to give us 0.375. Let's ask a question before we proceed to the second question that was for us to write it as a percentage. We've written it as a decimal. The next one was for us to write it as a percentage. So do well to ask a question, please. Do you understand that part? Do you understand what we just did? I can recap. 3/8 was the decimal or the fraction we are asked to change to decimal, and we say you use long division method in this case. Using long division method, numerator will be inside as the dividend, denominator will be outside as the divisor. We started our division. 8 into 3 first, cannot. We wrote 0, fixed a point, and then added 0 to 3, became 30. We now said 8 comes into 30. How many times? It was 3 times. We wrote that 3 on top. We now multiply 3 by 8. That gave us 24. We now subtracted 30 minus 24. That gave us 6. We added 0 to it. We now said 8 comes into this 60. How many times? Discover that it is 7 times. Now say 7 times 8 is what? 56. We subtracted again 60 minus 56, and that gave us 4. We added 0 to 4. We added 0 to 4, it became 40. You now say 8 comes into 40. How many times? It's 5 times. 5 times 8 is 40. 40 minus 40 is 0. Now, let us move to the second part. And the second part was for us to express it as a percentage. Now, expressing it as a percentage, what we have was 3/8. It's simple. Okay, let's just put it here like as a percentage. As a percentage. So are we now going to multiply it by 100? Multiply it by 100. And to solve that, simple. We are just going to say 2 divide 2 comes into this 8. How many times? 2 comes into this 8 is 4 times. And then we pick 2. 2 comes into 100, but we break it down first. So 2 comes into 10, that is 5 times. 2 comes into 0 is 0, that is 50 here. We continue by using 2. 2 into 4 is 2 times. 2 into this 50 is 25. It's 25. And we cannot go far. We cannot go far from there. We can just multiply it out, and that will be we now multiply this 3 times 25. That will be 3 5 times 5. 3 times 5 is 15, right? 5 carry 1. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. So it becomes 7 over 75 over 2. So here becomes 75 over 2. But we want to express it as a percentage. We cannot still call a fraction like this percentage. So we're going to divide everything. 2 comes here 1. 2 comes into this 7 is 3 times remainder 1. Add that one to 15, to 5 becomes 15. 2 into 15 is 7 times remainder 1. We can write it out as 37.1. 37.1, and that will be 37.1%. Is there any question? This 37.1, we can just proceed to solve it out, and that will be 37.5. 37.5%. Okay, so we will proceed.